My name is Angelique, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my live. I'm going to see who is going to come in the chat. Just wanted to talk a little bit because I know that I'm probably not going to come on this weekend, being that it's Mother's Day weekend, and I really don't want to be online this weekend. I lost my mom years ago. And sometimes Mother's Day or Mother's Day weekend could be a little difficult, pretty much. And I put a post in the community section about like people going into the weekend without their moms. And I got a lot of responses. So I wanted to talk about that too. Do you have Mother's Day blues? Hi, Tiara. You're always catching me. I'm trying to see who else is going to come in the chat. Do me a favor, click like on the chat, even if you don't stay, please. Happy Thursday. I'm so happy tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow ends my work week. I'm so happy. I'll be counting the days at this horrible job. Thankful, but at the same time, I can't wait to get out of that job. Stay on YouTube. I'm trying to, but I don't think people realize doing content and talking, talking is a lot. It takes a lot of energy out of you, pretty much. It takes a lot of energy. I'm shadow banned on TikTok right now, like really, really bad. Like when I had posted a video and it was showing like 0, they're cutting me off on TikTok, like completely. It took like an hour to get like 20 views. Like they really, like people are like coming to my account going like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in months. I thought you left TikTok. I'm like, no, I'm shadow banned. It's crazy. Yeah, so that happens to chosen ones too. We get pushed out of social media outlets. Some of these places do not want us online, and we're not afraid to say certain things. I don't know how they pick and choose. I'm not really sure how they picking and choosing, because I see other spiritualists talking about certain things, but then they shadow ban people like me. So I don't really understand it, how they picking and choosing, but there was something I said on my TikTok that they did not like, and I am shadow banned. What's my channel about? Healing, spirituality, life lessons. I also empower women to become their greater selves, pretty much. But yeah, I'll try to stay on YouTube, but YouTube don't really pay either. I don't really get paid like that. Oh my goodness. How I just got on here and there's what you call it? There's trolls already. Like I literally only been on here for 4 minutes and 26 seconds and there's already trolls on here. That's just crazy. If you came in the chat, make yourself seen, known, say hello so I know who's there. I gotta go into my other phone so that I can look at the chat, because it's like I just got on here and already is there trolls and I don't have moderators. I have to control like the conversations in my chat. I don't need no demonic conversations going on in my chat. These people be bugging. I didn't realize how many people had horrible relationships with their moms. Maybe because oh shoot, I'm hearing myself. Turn this down. Maybe because I had a great relationship with my mother. So I didn't even realize that a lot of people, I mean, I knew because originally my channel was a narcissistic channel. Not really. It was always a spiritual channel, but I talked about a lot of narcissism, and a lot of people have narcissistic mothers. A lot of chosen ones have had narcissistic mothers, grandparents, narcissistic fathers. I had a narcissistic biological father and stepfather, who I was raised in the home with and outside of the home. And, but I had a very loving mother. She was codependent, but she overloved me. She was kind of obsessed with me. And, this made my brother very jealous of me, because my mother and I were like this. We were like best friends. We argued like sisters. We got along like best friends. There was like moments where you'll think we're sisters. There were moments where you just knew that we were mother and daughter. So I don't know what it's like to not have a loving mother. And it breaks my heart to see that a lot of chosen ones in this lifetime, they don't get a chance to experience a loving mom. The woman that carried you for 10 months, you know, doesn't love you, doesn't like you. Um, I know what that feels like to be rejected by my father, but not by my mother. And I think it is a different level of love when you're rejected by your mom, because a mother is supposed to be the nurturer. She's the one that like feeds you, takes care of you when you're sick. Your mom is like your first love, your first teacher. Um, Something about a mother's love. Like there's no other love. To me, one of the highest forms of love is a mother's love. Hey Nick, how you doing? Um so it really does. It breaks my heart because I didn't experience that. I got overloved, and it was because my mother had a horrible mom. My mother's mother was a narcissist. So she wanted to recreate that love with me. I have a spirituality channel. I talk about chosen ones a lot on my channel. So if spirituality, chosen one content is your thing, healing is your thing, then this is the channel for you. He says, I think you're a guy. Oh, if you want to know what a narcissist is, just go watch my videos because I don't got no time to talk about what narcissists are. Narcissism is a personality disorder slash spiritual disorder, basically. It's a Jezebel spirit. No, spirituality is not a religion. Uh, Spirituality is relationship with God and self, in nature, in universe. My mother and I were similar as you and yours, but my dad is a narcissist. Not to trauma dump. Nah, you're not trauma dumping. Like we're talking about this now. Um, so a lot of your parents or a lot of your mothers, they had a narcissistic mother. My father had a narcissistic mother. My mother had a narcissistic mother. Um, so when I think about my mother being able to love me, she was also abused. My mom was physically abused by her stepmother. So my grandfather remarried and had a child with his wife, which was my uncle, my mother's youngest brother, and her stepmother um abused her. So she got rejected and abused by her mother. And then she goes to live with her father because her mother was a drunk and a whore and didn't want to be really a mother. And she goes to live with my grandfather. And when she gets there, the stepmother abuses her like crazy. Like, I remember her telling me her stepmother beating her so badly and then putting her in a bathtub with ice and water, so that way she can like try to cover up her bruises. My mother naturally had long hair going down her back, and she one day was so jealous and hated my mom so badly that she cut my mother's hair into a bob. And when my grandfather got home and saw that the stepmother cut my mother's hair, he beat his wife. How dare you cut my daughter's hair? Why would you do that? She said that was the only time that he like protected her. He didn't know. She was too scared to tell him that the stepmother was abusing her. So she desperately wanted a daughter. And I think that's the reason why she loved my brother, but she didn't focus on him. She focused more on me because she was so badly trying to recreate a love that she never had. So she ended up like getting closer to me and loving me, basically loving me and wanting to spend more time with me because she was trying to relive what she never experienced in wanting to love a female child. Get it? And a lot of your parents do this. Okay, this is why they abandon you and stuff like that. Thank you, Nick. They coming off soon because they just be at work. These were just, the color's so beautiful, but the job I have, I handle items and stuff like that. So they be cracking and chipping and stuff. So I have to redo them this weekend. What? Turn to God before it's too late. Sorry, boo, you gotta go in timeout. I don't know where y'all be thinking that people is not with God. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Where y'all get this from? Y'all not in people's mind. Y'all not in people's heart. I don't see your soul contract. I don't care what church you go to. That don't mean you getting into the kingdom of heaven. That don't mean shit. Just because you got attendance in the church, that doesn't mean anything. And when y'all get there, y'all gonna be shocked. But anyway, before I was rudely interrupted. Oh, I'm glad I am spreading some light to you, Nick. Tupac says, lacking a loving mother balances itself out in this world. That's interesting. I have grown up to marry a loving wife. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. That is a great mother. My sister has grown up to be a loving mother to four kids. That is huge. Thank you for sharing that. That is beautiful. That's what I do hope for everybody, being a healer. I'm a woman. I consider myself a goddess, and I am a woman. I am, a goddess, a healer. When you naturally have love and healing energy, whether you're a man or a woman, we tend to attract people who didn't have what we had growing up, right? So I normally attract men who did not have great mothers in their lives, right? I'm just like, oh, when am I gonna meet a man that loved his mom? When am I gonna meet a man whose mom wasn't a narcissist? And even in my last relationship from 2021, I started to realize that the reason why my ex fell for me was because I knew how to love him in a motherly way. Now that sounds creepy, but when they didn't have that type of love and they find that peace with you, that is a very powerful love. So the women in my ex's family are narcissistic, masculine, aggressive. He's even had his own sister, bite him, punch him, physically fight him. And what's crazy is just the reason why he became a martial arts teacher, and he has like 3 black belts. Okay, because he got tired of like the women in his family punking him, cheated him like a sucker, that it made him into a warrior, right? So meeting me, and I'm a woman who's not disrespecting him, not talking to him crazy, not aggressive. It was like, oh shoot, dang, I don't let her go because she's peaceful. A lot of men don't got that. They didn't have that. They had horrible narcissistic moms. All the women in their family are like whores. They talk down on men. You know, they're just not goddesses. They are not at peace. A lot of them have to be in survival mode. Some of them are in survival mode because the men left in their family. They had to do everything on their own. They try to put those young men in a position to be the man of the house when they're children. It's a lot. It's heavy. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it is beautiful when you didn't have a loving mother, but you grow up and you meet a man who knows how to love you, or a woman who knows how to love you. And you also, when you become a parent, you get a chance to redo it. That's what my mom did with me. She probably was like, listen, my mother treated me like crap. I'm going to love my daughter like I wanted to be loved. And that's what you need to do with your children. Don't be a deadbeat. Don't be narcissistic like your mother. Don't mistreat your children the way your mother mistreated you. You're become a parent so that way that you can clean the bloodline, start something new, right? Oh boy, let's see what y'all saying now. Do me a favor, guys. Can you click like on the chat? There's 19 people in here. Click like on this video. Thank you. So it can like get more people to come in. Hi, I can't pronounce your name. I'm gonna just call you Sweets. Hey, Sweets. I one of my ex-lovers, we're cool, and we were talking. I ain't gonna tell his business just in case he come across this video. I don't think he will, but still. And he shared certain things with me, and I was just like, wow, and it really, he shared with me the relationship he had with his mom growing up and where they stand now. And the reason why he shared that with me, because he was like, this is why I'm distant. This is why I don't hug like that. This is why I don't kiss like that. And I'm just like, dang, this is sad. So a lot of times, because people did not have that mother love, especially boys, they're distant, and you might think they don't love you, but that's the way that they show love, because they didn't have a mother who hugged them, who kissed them. They didn't have that. Even my mom was an Aquarius. I don't know, how they say Aquariuses are very detached. My mom, I think because she was an Aquarius, and also because she grew up abused, she didn't like to be touched like that. So here I come, this Leo, y'all think I'm animated now. I was always entertaining and dancing, telling my mom I loved her every 5 minutes, hugging on her, kissing on her. Mommy, you're so pretty. How are you today? What are you doing? My mom used to be like, girl, if you don't shut up, leave me alone. There were days when my mom was so overstimulated by me giving her love. She prayed for a daughter like me, but when I came, she really couldn't adjust to me. That it, even when she would push me away, it made me not be affectionate as I got older. So I came into the planet very giving, very bright, very loving. This kid who always wanted to hug and kiss and dance and play. And oh my gosh, I was a ball, when I was a little girl. But because my mom kept pushing me away, I stopped being affectionate, where I didn't like to be hugged. I didn't like to be kissed. I didn't like to be touched. I remember one time a guy held my hand. I cried because it felt uncomfortable. It was very weird to me, So parents, be careful with that. Don't push your boys away when they're trying to hug you and kiss you, love on you, or, your daughters, the same thing, love on them. Your children come here to teach you something. Your children, if you didn't have love, your child's going to come into the planet to teach you how to love. Okay? Get comfortable with affection. Don't push your children away, because then you're going to make them not be affectionate, and they're going to have problems in their love relationships. You are your children's first love. Okay? Non-sexual love, of course. I pray. Okay? So yeah, this brother, shared this with me, and I was like, oh, that's why you so cold. That's why you so distant, because you're not used to being loved. He said he never heard his mother say, I love you. And me and him were dealing for like 8 years, and it took him 8 years to say, I love you. I used to think that was weird. I loved him regardless, but it's just people didn't hear it. It's not that they may not love you. They did not have that loving mother that nurtured them. So everybody has a different love language, and sometimes they don't learn these things until they start dating you, until they marry you, until they become a parent. And that's where these lessons come in for them, and they have to change. There's some people are just going to be bitter, leave their asses alone. They don't want to grow. They don't want to heal. They just want, my mama didn't love me. My mama didn't. Leave them people alone in the corner, okay? Hey, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, the likes did go up a little bit. Thank you so much. So sometimes we end up mothering our lovers because they did not have a good mom, So my heart goes out to you who did not have a good mom. That is such a painful experience, in this lifetime. And my heart goes out to people who want to be a mother, who want to be a father, or you want to make somebody a mom. And it just hasn't happened yet. I'm 40, but I still want to be a mom. My cutoff time for me is like 43. If I don't have a daughter or a son by 43, I'm not doing it. Okay. I don't want to be having my first kid at 50. It's just not going to happen. Oh my goodness. All right. Some trolls up in here. Give me a second. All right. There we go. Get the F out of here. Try not to curse. But yeah, so my heart goes out to you who, Mother's Day is hard for you. It's a 3D holiday. All right. It's a 3D holiday, but it does make people feel some kind of way. It's really not the day. It's just that what you see on the day, right? Hey, India, you finally made it to one of my lives in a long time. It's because you go out and you see people with their moms, and your mom might have passed, or your mom wasn't shit. You just looking at people, they laughing, they with their kid, they with their mom. And then you see the ones who they got a good mama and they don't even treat her right, and you get mad at that. And I'm like, oh my God, like you go through the emotions, I work with customers at work, and seeing like all these people like, with their moms and getting them things and stuff like that. I really hope that they appreciate having a loving mom, because it's very, what you said, I know. What's your cash app? Oh, thank you, baby. I'm about to give it to you right now. Hold on. I'm about to put it right in the chat. Let me put it right now. Thank you so much. I think I'll do something this weekend to celebrate my mom. Even if I go by myself, I'll do something. So if y'all want to give me some donations for that, thank you very much. um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So you see all these people with their kids, you know, with their mothers, and it's beautiful, but a lot of people are lacking, you know. My suggestion is understand that your mother was just a vessel for you to get in this planet. And I don't even care if your mama a serial killer. All right. There was a reason why your soul picked that person to come through her, right? Um, and if you didn't come through her, you wouldn't be here. So there's a reason why your soul picked to have that experience. Okay. Um, as loving as my mother was, um, I used to like, I went through a moment where I despised her. Hey, Shauna, how you doing? I went through a moment where I despised my mom because I wanted her to have a backbone, right? Um, but I didn't realize when you're young, you don't realize. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you. I received the Cash App, India. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, India, just put it in the chat and I'll answer you. Um, I despised my mom at one point. I'm sure a lot of you had, because you don't realize, like, I don't think people realize that your mom was their own person before you came into play. Some of your mamas didn't even plan you. Okay, you just popped up like, oh hey, how you doing? And I used to despise my mom because I wanted my mom to be stronger. I didn't understand why she always needed attention from men, right? Why did she always have to be in a relationship when her relationships weren't worth a damn? Why do you always have to need male validation? So I grew up with a pick me. You know, my mother was very beautiful. She could have had any man she wanted, but she ended up with narcissists. You know, she ended up in domestic violent relationships. She ended up with cheaters. You know, it was like they had money, but they weren't good men. You know, they had certain qualities about them, but they really didn't love her. You know, I think they used her more like a trophy wife. Oh, she's beautiful. She can cook. She's a great mother. You know, guess she was good in the bedroom. You know, she looks good on my arm. You know, I think this is why these men really did pick her. Um, and I used to despise her for this. Like, stand up. I'm like 12, 13 years old telling my mom, like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, get it together, girl. Like, but that's what we come here on the planet for. We come here to teach our parents these things. And that's why I am the way I am, where I don't center men in my life, you know, because I watched my mom center men her entire life and it wasn't a good investment, right? So no matter how loving, nobody's mom is perfect. There's something your mother did that you didn't like, right? And then sometimes we can go to our mom and be like, mommy, I didn't like when you did this, this, and that. And the mother won't take no accountability, right? Sometimes you just have to realize she did the best she could with the information she knew, with the experiences that she had growing up with her own mother or her own father. And it's not that you're going to forget the things that she did to you, but you have to let go and become a better version of them or a different version of them. So through the years, I had to realize, yo, my mother did the best she could with what she knew. There's things I knew. I'm younger than her, and I knew and she didn't know. And I didn't understand that, especially when you were chosen one child. Ooh, I feel bad for any parent who has a chosen one child, because this child or indigo child or empath, a spiritual one. You come into this planet to really teach your parents. You're learning lessons, but it was almost like God said, oh my gosh, they don't know what they're doing. They need a chosen one child. You need to help you need to help this woman. You need to help this man because they lost. And you come into their life and imagine you being wiser than your parents, because sometimes your soul could be actually older than your parents, right? Your parent could have only been on their second life and you on your 10th. So you come into the planet with some of those things that you've learned from past lives, right? Some of you don't believe in this, but this is what I believe in. And this is why you come off more mature, right? So being a chosen one child and you come into your mother's life, you really came to teach her, right? I taught my mom a lot. She taught me a lot too. I wouldn't be surprised if we were sisters in another life. I always felt like we were sisters in another life. There was just something about us. We used to be able to talk to each other telepathically. We would just look at each other and then we would leave and be like, girl, you saw that? Yeah, I saw that. Like, we didn't even have to really verbally talk. We just knew the look we would give each other. We stare at each other's eyes and having a full-fledged conversation. It's such a beautiful experience. And if y'all end up having children, I hope that y'all can experience that too. Sorry if you hear noise. I live in New York and it's loud. What Tim say? When I wasn't talking to my mother, people who treated their mother poorly and couldn't reconcile because their mom passed. Ooh, used to project that onto me. Like, you only get one mother, blah, blah, blah. Yes, people are going to try to tell you that you only get one mother. Okay, you only get one mother. So if your mother knew that you only got one mother, she should have did better. You feel me? She should have did better. But what's sad is that sometimes your mother can't do better. Some people's moms are going to die like that. Okay. Some people's moms will die addicts. Some people's moms will die alcoholics. Some people's moms will die a whore. Some people's mom will die a narcissist. My grandmother died a narcissist. She never changed. She never healed. This is the reality of this, right? But people are gonna gaslight you into talking to your own mother who was abusive. No, go no contact, because you don't deserve to be abused just because it's your mother. There's other ways that you can honor your mom, or do things for her even if she's a bad person. Like, I had a client once where her mother was narcissistic, would drag her name through the family, and she moved away from her narc family, but every month she will send groceries through what is it, Uber, hundreds of dollars worth of groceries. She would pick a bill and pay it. That was her way of honoring her mom. you know but don't feel bad if you don't even want to do anything, because you do not owe a parent who's brung you into the planet and abused you. You do not owe them anything. Thank you. It's like they're a spaceship. Thank you. Drop me off. Goodbye. Right? Just because they birthed you doesn't make them a mother. A mother is who loved you, who cared for you, who nurtured you, who fed you. That's a mother. You have to earn that title. Just because you got a vagina in a womb and you pop a baby out, that don't make you a mother. It doesn't make you a mom. India says, today is my mom's birthday. Oh, wow. And it's been a touchy day for me today. I'm 2 years, no contact. Oh, my goodness. I'm the second oldest of 9. I didn't know you had 9. There was 8 siblings. I didn't know that. And I probably was the only one who didn't tell her happy birthday. Wow. I'm the curse breaker and I can't break my silence. Don't. I have to keep my word to God and my mission. That's very painful. Thank you for sharing your story. That is very painful. Wow. I'm telling you, through these things, through these experiences, people are going to try to get you to break your silence from these toxic mothers. And you can't, because the cycle will start all over again. They gaslight you, they abuse you, they manipulate you, they try to get you to do things for them, they try to make you feel bad if you don't do them. So that's very powerful that you did not contact her on her birthday. And it's been 2 years. That's really hard to do. A lot of people can't do that. Sorry, I'm hearing some noise in my house. I'm like, what the hell is that? A lot of people cannot do that. They cannot stay away. Um, but stay no contact. That's good. 2 years. After a while, it might hurt that you don't have that mother figure in your life. But when you realize how peaceful it is, and you realize that you don't gotta keep up with that, what is that narcissistic energy with them. You don't gotta play that game. That's what I want to say. You don't gotta play that game with them. That is when you realize it's worth going no contact. And honestly, you also realize you really wasn't getting anything from them. When you part from these relatives, you be like, why was I holding on? You're holding on because in the 3D, they tell you, like, that's your mom, that's your dad, that's your family, that's your blood thicker than water. BS. They create all of this so they can keep toxic family trees. I'm telling you, that's what it is. And you cannot heal in the place where you got sick. You can't. You cannot heal in a place you got sick. That's why you have to get away from these toxic mothers, these toxic fathers. You have to get away from them because you're never going to heal. They keep, you got a cut already. They keep reopening that wound over again, over and over again. And like I said before you got in here, India, it is painful. I don't know what it's like to not have a mother who loves you, but I can't even imagine the person that gave birth to you, that housed you in their body, and then you come out and they treat you like shit. What? That is a horrific experience. That's like, how is that even possible? It's just horrible. But the truth is, a lot of your mothers are your karmic. Ooh, yeah, I'm going there. Sometimes your mothers are your karmic. Sometimes your mothers are your enemy. Sometimes your mother is your biggest hater. Like, why do you have to experience this? I will never know. They say you pick your life experiences, you pick your soul contract before you come onto the planet, right? I don't know if that's true. But I always tell people, the mother, your family, they're just a vessel. That is it. They're your earthly family. They're not your soul family. They're not your soul family. I'm telling you that right now. They're not. And you know what? A lot of you, if you want a mother experience, you can pray about it. You can ask God, you know what, God? Send me a older woman, or somebody 10 years or 20 years older than me who can love me, the way that I wanted my mother to love me. God can send that for you. You can have an older woman or older man love you in a way that your parents didn't love you. I've never met a woman like my mother. There was some people who tried to mother me, but they was like just trying to use me for my energy. Because my mom died when I was 23. So there were some women through the years who were like trying to mother me, be my mother, but it really was because they was just trying to use me for my energy. So watch out for that. Watch out for that. And please do your healing work. Those of you who did not have good mothers, you had narcissistic mothers, please, I beg you, do your healing work. Okay? Please do, because there was nothing that you did. That's what I want to say. There was nothing that you did to make your mother treat you this way. Well, all you did was be born. You didn't do anything. I don't care if your mother told you, oh, I hate your daddy, you look just like your daddy. And no, she mad at herself. A lot of your mothers mistreated you because they were abused too. Like my mom was abused, but instead she decided to love me, besides abusing me in that sense. But there's nothing that y'all did to make your mothers hate you, to make your mothers mistreat you. Your mama was jacked up before you even was thought of. Before she even hopped on top of your daddy, your mother was jacked up. Her soul was broken before you even came onto this planet. So there's nothing that you did to make her treat you that way. Hey, Paradigm. Look at you, Paradigm. You late for the first time, huh? Tim says, I wasn't nurtured. I am one of those dudes who didn't like hugs or kisses because I grew up without it, and it took a long time to grow out of it. But in the same breath, I'm comfortable alone. Oh, okay. Yeah, that affection stuff, that takes a while. Ooh-wee. That took me a while, um having a mother who wasn't affectionate at first, and also growing up with the stepfather in the house, he wasn't affectionate. But it was weird. My biological father, who was a narc, he was very affectionate. He always called me pretty. He always hugged me and kissed me and told me he loved me. It was very interesting. Very interesting. But because I didn't live with him, I took more on of the stepfather. And he made me very uncomfortable. And some of y'all know that my stepfather violated me when I was a child too. So it made me not trust men. So for a man to touch me was like, ugh, get off of me. I don't trust you. Don't touch me. So I went through that, but it had nothing to do really with my mom. It was more of like the father aspect. I noticed that mothers, it's something about the mother and the son. I haven't figured this out. I need God to explain this to me, because it's like a girl could have a mom and their relationship could really be broken, but she knows how, like the girl knows how to like move past it. But there's something about when a boy gets his heart broken by his mother, it's a different kind of pain. It's almost like he goes on a rampage for the rest of his life. It's very different. Like my brother hated our mom. He hated our mother so much, he started hating me. Like, yo, you passing down hate? Like, oh, I can't abuse mommy, so I'm gonna abuse you. And this is why I had to cut off my brother a little over a year ago, because I got tired of him fucking abusing me. Our mother's been dead for 18 years, and you think you're gonna continue to abuse me because you hated our mom? Don't let people abuse you because they hate your mother. Don't let your siblings abuse you because they hate your mom. That's like, listen, even if your mother showed more love towards you, that's not your problem. You don't have to take abuse because your mother loved you more or liked you more. That has nothing to do with you. That's between them. Okay? But there's something about that mother-son aspect. I can't figure it out. Even if you're straight, even if you're gay, it's something about this mother aspect. I don't get it. They don't bounce back like women do. You agree, right, Alicia? Hey, girl. It's just deeper. Like I talk to women. Y'all know I do phone sessions, life coaching, And you know, the women like, oh, I hate my mom, da 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 da, but they're able to grow through it. But when that son hate his mother, woo, it's like he go and he try to hurt the women he date, the lovers. It's like, what is that? I'm not sure what that is, but there's some type of cord between a mother and son. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I live near an airport, and it's just like sometimes I be hearing some planes just sound so crazy. And I have like a door that leads to my backyard in my bedroom. So it's like I'm hearing so much, but it's kind of warm in New York. It's been like 75 to 85, 90 degrees. So, you know, it's too cool to put your AC on. So I have like my back door open. Tim says because our mother is our first relationship with a female. That is true. But even when the woman is heartbroken by her daddy, she's able to heal through that. Like she might turn into like a hoe or something, but a lot of times she's able to still push through sometimes and even love a man, or she'll give men access. But when a man is broken by his mother, it's like it takes years. Like it takes years. Oh my God. I've never like abused a man because I had daddy issues. The most I did was run away from commitment. But I never like took out my abuse from my father on men. And I've talked to a lot of my ex-lovers, and it made me love them more because I didn't have that daddy daughter thing. It made me love the men more. Where I remember one time I was dating a guy and he had a horrible relationship with his mother, and I went out to a club. So I had some drinks. You know, I'm young, I'm in my 20s. Why can't I go out and have a couple of drinks? And I'm not like a messy drunk. And I'll never forget this. I went, my friend dropped me off to his house after the club. And I walked in and he was just like, you just like my mother. You nothing but a fucking drunk. You just like my mother. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, I'm going home. He's like, no, don't go home. Don't go home. I'm sorry. And I was just like, yo, what? I'm like, me having 2 drinks at a club, and you telling me I'm a fucking drunk like your mother? And he was like, I'm sorry. You know, I just knew that you were out and I know you had drinks and it triggered me. And I was like, whoa, you got to get some therapy, boy. This shit scared me. I thought this guy was going to hit me or something. Like he went into a trance. And I've been through so many situations with men where it's like, I got to mother them. Ain't no man had to father me. No man I've ever been with had to father me. The most I couldn't do was I didn't want commitment. I ran away from commitment. But did I ever abuse these men? No. Most of the time I overloved them because I just wanted that masculine energy to love me back. I had to like prove I was worthy for his love. But men who were not loved by their mothers, y'all scare me. I ain't gonna front. I be scared. So when I'm dating, I'm listening. Are you working through this? Are you getting therapy? Are you healing? Because I'm not about to be a punching bag for your mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it. It is very scary. You know, not that y'all don't deserve love, but you got to do your healing work, because it is not for your lover or your woman to have to take the abuse that you wish you could have gave to your mom. See, that's what happens. Some people couldn't hit on their daddy, so they're going to hit on you. Some people couldn't whoop their mama's ass, so they're going to whoop your ass. Nope. I'm not paying for what your mom did to you. You know what I'm saying? Click like on the chat for me, please. India said, my dad is like that too. My dad always told me that he loved me and he's a narc. Isn't that interesting? That blows my mind. I don't know if that was fake or what, but that is just so interesting how there are some narcs who are affectionate. That fake affection, it actually helped me because people are like always see my dad was a fat dude. So that's where I got my weight from. I got my complexion and my cute face from my mom, but I got my heaviness from my dad. And I remember my dad used telling me like, you're so pretty. I don't care how fat you are. You're not your looks is about your spirit, your education, getting money. Like this is things that he used to tell me. He was a narc, you know what I'm saying? It worked to a certain extent. But anyway, he would always cry when I would stop speaking to him. Wow. I think some narcs really wish they can change. Now, there's some who are really, really in the darkness. Okay, so I think there's narcissists, like possessed, demonically possessed. And then I think there are some people who have narcissistic traits. So maybe your father was a narc who had narcissistic traits, but maybe he wasn't demonically possessed. That's possible. Those are the ones that have like a little bit of a window there in their soul where they might be able to be saved, that they can see themselves. Because I've been around some narcs who they were able to see themselves. Like I had a narc girl ask me like, do you think there's something wrong with me? Like I think there's something wrong with me. Like I don't think like everybody else. I notice how people react to you and not to me. Like, do you think that there's something mentally wrong with me? So some narcs, they know there's something wrong with them, but they don't know what. It's hard for them to like grasp it all. India says, I will never forget that woman. I'm going to try to find her now that I brought this up. Oh, let me read back. I grew up in foster care several times in my childhood. Wow. I did get to experience motherhood. Oh, okay, beautiful. So there was a woman. It was a white woman with a black husband. What? Wow, that's beautiful. That's different. And children, tell me why she had the same exact name as my mom. Yo, I love stories like this, India. Oh, India, I told you already, you need to write a book. Okay, girl, you need to write a book. um, I think that is so crazy. So whenever that happens, like she's saying that her birth mother and foster mom had the same name, right? That was universe letting you know that that was a divine connection. I freaking love when things like this happen. Like God, universe is always talking to you. There's no coincidences. I'm telling you, there's none. It was almost like, you know what? Let's say the name was Barbara. The first Barbara, she just couldn't get it right. But I'm going to give you another Barbara and she's going to be it. Okay. That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story. And that's a beautiful thing that you still was able to experience um a mother's love. But I understand it just don't hit the same sometimes because in the back of your mind you still wanted your birth mother to get it right. I get it. I had a lover who was adopted, right? And he doesn't know his birth parents, right? It's a lot of confusion. One, his parents told him it was like an older Jamaican couple, and I think they probably adopted him when they were like in their 50s, right? Because they died in their 80s and he's in his 30s. Yeah, so they adopted him when they were in their 50s, I believe, early 50s or something like that. And they had a teenage daughter. And then they also adopted another young man who had, I don't know what the term is now. I don't want to use the words, but he had development issues, okay? Just put it that way. Autism and all these different things, but there was still something off about him, not just autism. So him and this brother, they get adopted, and he moves in, he's in this, he doesn't know if he moved there. He doesn't know, remember anything. He's only even seen maybe like 2 baby pictures of him, right? So the story is the parents that supposedly adopted him, they think that they're their only child, their only daughter might be his mom. So she could have been a teenage mom because she's like 18 years older than him. So they're thinking maybe she had him and then the parents adopted him like that was their child. That's what they're thinking, right? Um and then on the other hand, he's thinking that maybe he has other parents out there. I don't know what the story is, but being that no matter how loving he had, and keep in mind he's a Cancer, and Cancers are ruled by the moon, and the moon represents mother. Look into that. So if Cancer men or Cancer women have mommy issues, you better run. You better run, right? So no matter how loving his adopted mom was, he still had issues with women. He still had issues because he's like, damn, where's my birth parents at? Why did they let me go? So a lot of you could have been in foster care, you got adopted, but in the back of your soul is going like, damn, why couldn't my birth parents get it right? Why couldn't, my mother love me? And he gets so angry. Many years ago, he would be like, oh, I want to get married, I want to have kids. Now it's, I'm never having kids. And I was just like, one day I said to him, I said, oh, you know what, you're gonna be a great father. He's like, don't ever say that to me, I'm not gonna be a parent, I don't want kids. And I was just like, bro, you're tripping. You are tripping. And I keep telling him, look, why don't you go look up your adoption papers? No, I had parents, and that's it. Because both his parents died during the pandemic, guys. It was so sad. His parents died a month apart. Crazy ass story. This happened in 2021, I believe. They both died. It was terrible. And he's like, forget it, I had parents. I'm just like, bro, you cannot heal and move on because you're mad at a mother who you don't know. Your adopted mom was so good to you, but the fact that you don't even know where your real parents are got you fucked up. Go find your adoption papers. This man is how old now? I'm going to be 41. He's got to be 38. Like, you're 38 years old, bro, and you won't go find now. A lot of people are just afraid to know information and just go heal. And he is not. I don't think he's gonna change. He's almost 40. He's not gonna change. Mm-mm. And he's not realizing, even though he grew up in a home, those his parents died in their 80s. They were together for years. I can't even count how long his parents were together. His dad owned a house, owned cars, worked a city job for many years. His mom was a teacher. So he watched these beautiful people work hard, Christians, they came from Jamaica, they made a life here in America, and it still wasn't enough because he still feels rejected by his birth mother. This goes deep. And this is why he won't commit to women. He plays games, he manipulates, and now it's, I don't want children. No, he keeps calling himself fucked up. He thinks he's fucked up because he's like, what was so bad about me that my own mother didn't want me? Yo, people got these problems, guys. You got to do your healing work. I'm telling you. Tim says, it's said that getting hurt enables the Jezebel spirit due to the fact that people build a wall around their heart. That makes sense. After that, and want total control and dominance so they don't ever feel that pain again. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a defense mechanism. I did it too. I used to be that girl. I did not want commitment. I told you guys before, I got 3 marriage proposals in my 30s, okay? Up until I was 26 years old. I could have had children. I could have got married 3 times. And I said, hell to the no. I used to run away from commitment. And the only men that I used to want to be with were the ones who didn't want me, all right? And those 3 men that proposed to me were actually good men. They weren't narcissists. They were hardworking. They were providers. They really were into me. And I ran away from it because it was a defense mechanism. I didn't want to love and be hurt because I loved my fathers and they rejected me. So I didn't believe that a man could really love you. So that is very true. I can vouch for that. And I'm thankful that I didn't turn into a narcissist. I'm thankful I didn't turn into a Jezebel spirit, you know? But I'm glad that I didn't marry those men because I wouldn't have been able to love them. They would have been lacking with me. You know, I wouldn't have mistreated them, but I wouldn't have been able to love them on the level that they deserved. And I'm so glad I had the maturity to end those relationships and not ruin their life and waste their time, you know? India says they still are in contact with their mothers and they aren't pleased about their mothers not maturing. They remain hurt because they can't cut their moms off. Yep, that's so true. My dad, India says, my dad would beat every woman, oh my gosh, that he dated, and I just never could respect that about him. Woman beaters, I can't stand that. He even beat my mother. My dad has mommy issues. Yep, whatever they couldn't do to their mom. Hey, Tabitha. Tabitha, thank you. I think it was 2 lives back. You sent me a donation. You were the only one who sent me a donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, girl. I messaged you on TikTok, but you didn't respond. I don't have your email. So whenever you send me a donation, I will contact you through TikTok, okay? Octavia says, I told my mother what her second husband did to me, and she doesn't believe me. It was years ago. I told myself she wants to live a lie. You know what? A lot of mothers, they know that your stepfather or her man, she knows that they abused you, but they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to look their child in their face and say, I'm sorry, I did not protect you. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. A lot of mothers know what is going on with their children. They know. I know it hurts, but some of your mothers knew what your daddy did to you, what her boyfriend did to you, what your stepdaddy did to you. Sometimes I wonder if my mother knew what her husband did to me. I wonder. I just wonder. We never talked about it. You know, I tried to tell her when I was a little girl. But I noticed any man that tried to harm me in the future, she went buck wild on them. That's something I noticed. But some of your mothers knew. They just don't want to take accountability that they did not love you and protect you. And some of your mamas is psycho and really feel like it's your fault. Oh, what was you wearing? Or what did you do to make him want you and not me? You know, some of these mothers is sick. They the damn devil. It is terrible. So I'm sorry to say it. Some of y'all mamas is the damn devil. Straight like that. Y'all looking for the devil with red and the fork and the horns. It's your mama. It's so disturbing. It's so sad. I'm sorry that happened to you, Octavia. I hope you healed from that situation. Uh-oh, Dwight. I think you just dropped some information I wasn't aware of when it comes to the Cancer zodiac sign. Yeah. They don't, I'm telling you, what moon represents the mother. Yes, moon represents the mother. So that really, women are a huge influence on Cancer men, especially. They love to be surrounded by women, even in a non-sexual way. The Cancer man just likes being around women, and they can even come off not gay, no offense, but they're feminine. Some people would think that they're gay or they're soft, but it's because of that feminine energy coming from the moon. But if they got some mommy issues, woo-wee, it's like they can love their daddy, but a Cancer man and his grandmother or his mother or the mother figure, look at the relationship he had, because if not, he's screwed. So if you have a Cancer son, please love your Cancer son. Please love your Cancer daughters, because, oh man, they're going to be really impacted if you a effed up mama. Tim says, I recently told my mother I was a black sheep and she got triggered, so I just left it alone because she's 70. That's all right. You told her 70-year-old self. She know. See, they gonna act like they didn't hear you. They heard you. They thinking about it. They heard what you said. My advice. I had a mom who passed away. My mom died when she was 56 years old, and I was 23 when she died. Right. So my advice to you is, if you know your parent is going to pass away, it's not something that had like an accident or, something abruptly happened, or you know what, it don't even have to be like that, right? Get information from your parents. I'm talking about record them without them knowing, videotape them, record their voice, take a lot of photos, ask a lot of questions, uncomfortable questions. Keep asking them over and over and over again. Try to catch them off guard. That was something that I wish I did. I wish I recorded my mother's voice. I wish I would have asked her hard questions, and I didn't. There was some things that I did get a lot of information from her. See, I had an Aquarius mom, so she was very secretive. My mother took a lot of secrets to her grave. My mom was one of those things, if you don't ask, I don't tell. She was just very weird like that. And I said, be like, what the hell is wrong with you? You think I didn't need to know this information? She just did not tell me things that I needed to know. It was just weird. So that's my advice. If you have a loving mother, if you have a toxic mama, record them. Record them. Put your cell phone in your pocket when you go see them. Record them when you're on the phone with them. You need to get certain information out of them for your bloodline, for your own healing, for your own understanding. Also, try to research their parents. Try to research your mother's parents or father's parents, but we're really focusing on mothers because Mother's Day is this Sunday. But that's my advice, guys. Ask the tough questions. Get out. Don't wait. You think growing up, I thought my mom was gonna die at 56 years old. No. My mother got diagnosed with cancer when I was 15. I was like, my mom living forever. She living forever. She lived for 8 years on and off of cancer. That's a long time. A lot of people do not live with cancer that long. She was a fucking warrior, okay? So death is promised, right? Death is promised. Happiness is not promised. Peace ain't promised. You getting married ain't promised. You becoming a millionaire ain't promised. You being a parent ain't promised. But death is promised. You getting up out of here. All right? So that you know that's going to happen. And you do not know how long you have with your mother. Ask those tough questions. Get out what you have to say to her, whether she's going to like it or not. All right? India says, it's crazy because I want love, but I hate being smothered. Yeah, I understand. I'm the same way. You know what's crazy? The more you heal, the more affection you can take. That's something I noticed. Now I love hugs. I just be like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't really think about sex much like that, but I'd be like, damn, I wish I could hug him and sniff him and kiss him right now. Like, I love affection, I love closeness now, you know? So it's like the more you heal, and also because it's your personality trait, or maybe your zodiac sign to you're not being that affectionate. But I noticed that the more you heal, the more affection you crave. Next, Nick says, I can listen to you talk all day. You're so anointed. One of your call-ins. Oh, thank you. Hey, Cassandra. Really, you know what's funny? I really did not like my voice growing up because to me it sounds raspy, and then I have like that New York accent. I didn't like my voice, you know, but it's weird like doing content all these years. People like I fall asleep to watching your videos and I'm like, my voice? Really? Interesting. Okay. You know, my mom spoke like this. Hi, how are you? Like super feminine. I used to be like, girl, get out of here. Like, anyway. And here I am, like, hey, how you doing? You know? And my mom was just so like graceful, you know, gliding through femininity, you know? And she used to be like, hi, how are you? What's going on? Do you want something to eat? Like that's, and it wasn't her making up the voice. That's how she truly sound. She was just had like a soft spirit. Um, Too funny. Yvonne says my narcissistic mother damn well knew about it. And reveled in my pain. Oh my God, that's horrible, Yvonne. I'm so sorry you had to experience that. Yeah, these narc mothers be wanting their children to get abused and sexually abused. It's disgusting. But that's how you know that it's a demon. It's demonic. You know, you don't want to believe that you were, you know, brought into this world by a demon, but some of y'all did. But y'all gotta know, do you know how powerful you are that a demon gave birth to you and you didn't come out possessed? Woo! You must be that mother. Shut your mouth, okay? You know how powerful you are? That a demon gave birth to you and you are a warrior and you're a chosen one. Are you kidding me? I just be shaking my head like, wait a minute, hold on. I always wonder, like, how come our souls were able to fight through certain things other people couldn't? So you are a warrior, Yvonne. I'm telling you, because you could have turned out just like her. India says sometimes if you pay attention, if the secret keep if you pay attention, the secret keepers and just parents in general will drop gems. That's true. Pay attention to what's going on in their lives at that particular moment. Oh yeah, people, let me tell you, people tell on themselves. People tell on themselves, okay? They truly do. Do me a favor, guys. If you're in the chat, click like for me. I wore my butterfly earrings because my mother loved butterflies. I even have this butterfly painting back there in my bedroom because my mom really loved butterflies. I wanted to get a butterfly tattoo when I was in Mexico, but they was trying to beat me in the head with them prices because I'm American. Talking about I wanted a butterfly this size, this exact tattoo near my mother's name. My mother's name is tattooed on my wrist, and I wanted it like next to her name. Talking about $180. I said, sir, I said, you see this tattoo here? I said, this was $400. So why would I pay $180 for a tattoo like this? If you kiss my ass. You know, that's one bad thing about it. You go to other countries and they'll try to just rob you. You know, they think because you American, you rich. Like, who the if I pay $400 for this in America, why would I pay $180 for this? And I gotta tip you? Get the hell out of here. People were crazy. Oh my goodness. All right, I gotta put my donation information in the chat. If you love my live so far, please send me donations. I'm gonna ask y'all this, guys. If y'all are on my channel, right, and you're financially stable and you want me to continue to make content and lives, I have what, 5,000, let's say, over 5,000 subscribers. I need some of y'all every month to cash at me, Zelle me, PayPal me $5 a month. That's what I'm asking for y'all on my channel. $5 a month. That's all I'm asking for. Okay, I'm about to put my information in chat for those of you who can bless me. Yeah, because let me tell you what boils my blood as a content creator, right? And as a content creator that talks about substance. Sometimes I go to other people's account. I'm like, oh, let me see what they talking about. They be in there talking about foolishness. People be on there stealing people's content. They be on there faking like they doing tarot reading. I tell you, I be going through people YouTube, okay? Whoever is like, they feel like my content is similar to theirs. I look to see, okay, why would they think that our content is similar? I'll go to these people's channel. People be pouring in donations to these people, and the people sitting there talking foolishness. They don't know nothing about spirituality. They kicking no knowledge. They kicking no gems, no wisdom. And these people is getting thousands of dollars. It just blows my mind. I just be blown. I say, yo, I need to make a channel where I'm just acting stupid. Because it's like darkness get paid. The liars get paid. The fakes get paid. But the truth doesn't? What the hell is that? It blows my mind. It really do. I be in total shock. I be sitting there laughing in people's lives like, this can't be happening. This can't be real. How you faking doing tarot? How you faking doing channel readings? And guys, y'all gotta see the things I be seeing. I be so disgusted. That shit is crazy to me. Oh my gosh. I just had to share that with y'all because that's frustrating. And I worked so hard on my TikTok. I got 44,000 over there, and now they shadow banned me. Imagine working so hard on your platform for it to just be snatched from you. That shit is crazy. So it may look easy that I come on here and talk to y'all, but it's not. It's not. It's not easy. You know what I did? I got off work, ran my errands, came home, took a nap, and then got on live. Like, it's not as easy as it may appear. Because when you get on live or when you do content, you want to be genuine and you want to give pure light and information, And so many times I just be like, I don't want to do this no more. I be telling God, like, I don't want to do this no more. When you gonna give me my beach house where I could just go lay in the water, and sell mangoes for living and just love God and just mind my business? When you gonna give me that, God? I'm tired of this life. It is crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I'm so thirsty. I'm just drinking some water. I usually have wine, but not tonight. I don't know. I don't know. I just been in a weird mood. I don't even want to drink like that. I did have some drinks. I did drink. I had a good drink. What was that? Monday. But I noticed that I haven't been drinking at home too much like I normally do, which is good. I try to just drink sometime when I just go out to eat or something like that. But yeah, don't drink and smoke too much, okay, guys? Don't do too much libations. Tim says, my mother was sold out as a child. She was raised by her aunt but was told it was her mother. It was what? Oh, she was raised by the aunt and was told that was her mama. Okay. And it was her actual mother was her aunt. My grandpa was an alcoholic and abusive, a lot of witchcraft. Oh God, that's I know it's this is gonna sound crazy. That sounds like a typical Southern family. Okay, that sounds crazy. I've heard that story too many times. India says, "I love your voice too. It's so soothing." Really? I always thought my voice was so annoying. Thank you, India. Cassandra says, "Hope all is good and well." I'm good. I just, I'm ready for change. Like, I'm ready to get out this job, and I'm not hired yet. Um, you know, I'm annoyed by certain people in my life because I feel like, when people see that you're peaceful, like I might not be completely happy. I may not be living where I want to live. I may not be in a relationship that I want to be in. I may not have all these ducks in a row, but there's one thing is I'm grateful and I'm peaceful. And I think that when people see when you're grateful and peaceful despite your lack, or maybe you only see abundance in your life, they want to come and just fuck up your peace. I don't like that. They want to come and energy vamp off of you. And it's like, this is why I don't really let people get close to me like that, because once they get to know you, they realize, oh, this isn't a game. Like, she really is peaceful. So I'm annoyed by that. I think that the energy will shift once I'm out of this job. you know Once the weather starts getting warmer, I get happier. I love warm weather. But overall, I'm just at peace and grateful for the moment. I need more money. I need more money. It's not cutting it, you know with my content, with this job. They cutting hours. It's crazy, but I have more than a lot of people, and I'm grateful. Pretty much, that's where I'm at mentally. I'm planning what's my next move. What's the next thing I got to create to create a more abundant life. That's my focus right now. But people who are miserable, they want to come in and fuck your energy up and energy vamp up off of you. I don't like that. So I get real quiet when I feel like people are trying to pull on my energy. So if I disappear off here for a little bit, I'm just trying to strategize my life, guys, honestly. From Australia, loving your talk. Thank you. India says you're worth it. India says, tell me why every time that I bless you, I make the same amount. I'm so happy that you admitted that. Oh my God. I'm so happy that you admitted that. Oh my God. I get the amount back the next day. This always happens when I bless a chosen one. Oh my God. I'm so happy you admitted that. So that happens with chosen ones. We can kind of like stop talking about the toxic mamas for right now. But we could talk a little bit more about chosen ones before I get off. Um so I love how India said, every time I bless you, I get it right back. So that happens with chosen ones. So whenever you go to bless a chosen one financially, or you help them, you do them a favor, you go out of your way from them, you're gonna get it back. You might even get it back tenfold. Okay. And when you invest in us, it's gonna come back to you. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Even me, I be laughing. I'll give my last 10, my last 20. I'm telling you, the next thing you know, I wake up, I look at my phone, somebody done sent me a donation, somebody's booking a phone session, or they say, oh, you want to come in and cover somebody's shift, and then I make the money like that. It is so amazing how God looks out for us. I'm telling you, it is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, because that is true. Amani says, yeah, I be seeing it. You got this though. India says, don't give up. He said this, Sierra says, their spirit is impure. Well, genuine anyway. It's true. Alicia says, there is nothing worse than people who want to disturb your peace just to disturb it. Hopefully you can avoid them. Oh yeah, I just get real quiet. That's just me. I get quiet. I don't have nothing to say. I get real quiet. I just find it peaceful, more peaceful when I'm to myself. You know, people say more money, more problems. I, for years, have been saying more people, more problems. Not more money, more people, more problems. Because even when you do got a lot of money, it's people who hating on you. You know, it's the bill collectors, it's your lawyer, it's your banker. More people, more problem. It ain't the paper, it ain't the money, it's the responsibilities and the people that come with that money. You know, so for me, it's always been more people, more problems. Like I just, people just, they just see your light and they're just like, oh, I gotta go grab some light from them, you know. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I just, that's something else I noticed even about chosen one. Even when we quiet, people fuck with us. Why are you messing with me? I'm at work, I'm quiet, it's a problem. Oh, you're not smiling enough, you're not talking enough. Oh my gosh, I can't even be to myself. What is wrong with you? I'm not friends with nobody at work, but I'm cool with one person. Now they think we plotting some heist or something. What is wrong with this world? Even when you silent, people got a problem with you. It's just crazy, you know. Just dip and dodge, bob and weave. Get away from people. That's why I can't comprehend when people's like, I want some friends and I need a man and I need a woman. I can't comprehend with that. Don't get me wrong, you know, I'm ready to be partnered up with a divine masculine, but even if he comes, he has to come correct. Don't be coming over here energy vamping off of me. You know, I'm at peace. And it took me years to get to that level of peace. And when you're a chosen one, you're going through your life of abuse. You know, you had abusive mamas, abusive daddies, abusive family. When you get to a certain age, you like, listen now, if you gonna come here, you better sit down and act right. You know? Um, and that's where I'm at. And it's and you learn, chosen ones, you're not supposed to have a flock of people around you. You're not. You're not supposed to have a flock of people around you because they cannot handle your peace. So this is the title said, why they fear the chosen ones. This is something I realized coming from me watching other chosen ones and watching myself. They fear you a lot of times because you're not afraid to be alone. Now, chosen ones were forced into loneliness. We ain't pick this. Who would pick to be alone like this? No. We adjust to it well, but who would pick for our family to be against us? Who would pick for us not to have a lot of friends or whatever the case is? Or, you know, some of y'all do got good family, good friends, but a lot of y'all are ridiculed maybe in your job or, you know, your community because you are powerful. So some chosen ones do actually have good family structures, good friends, small, but good family, good friends, and then they're rejected in other areas of their life. That can happen too. Not all chosen ones have horrible family, because at least I had a good mama. At least God gave me one good parent, right? Um, but people fear you because they need to be with someone. You have to understand people don't like themselves. They don't love themselves. So imagine, you know, somebody sees, you know, people who look at me, you know, I live in New York, I put my makeup on, I get dressed, and I'm sitting in a restaurant and I'm they probably looking like, What is it about her that she can just sit there looking so fine by her damn self? Oh, her man must have left her. This must be something wrong with her. She ain't got no friends. Where her homegirls at? There's got to be something wrong with her. This is what they thinking. And you're just like, nah, like, this is my life. I ain't got no bestie. I don't got no family like that. I don't got no friends like that. So I came out to get something to eat. I'm chilling. They're scared of that because it's like they can never do that. They can't sit in a restaurant by themselves. They think that's weird. They're not going to go to the movies by themselves. So you're feared because you can walk alone. You can travel the world alone. They like, I will never do that. You know how many people I know got, I want to book a trip right now for my birthday, but I really can't afford it. I ain't even thinking about going alone. I would go across, if I had the money, I would probably fly to Morocco for my birthday. I would love to go to Morocco, right? There's people right now who got thousands of dollars in their bank account and they will never go nowhere by themselves. They got all the resources, but they won't go alone. They can't walk alone. So you are very powerful. That makes them nervous. How come I need someone? So when they meet a chosen one who could be alone, you're like an alien. It's weird to them, you know? Sierra says codependency. Exactly. India says, I buy my own food or I won't eat. I don't want anything from a demon. I hear that. India says, I started talking to my manager because I noticed that she's a covert narcissist. Now she won't leave me alone. She goes out of her way to get me food. Nope, don't take, let me tell you, don't take nothing from the narcissist or anyone with dark energy. That energy transfers right into your food or your drink, whatever it is. Okay, I remember I had a bottle of water. I told this story before. Oh yeah, that manager, she got fired, right? There was a manager who got fired a couple of months ago. She didn't like me. She would try to give me extra work to do. And one day she touched my bottle of water. She said, "Oh, Angelique, is this your bottle of water?" I said, "Yeah." I walked over to her, took the bottle of water and threw it straight in the trash. And she was looking like, what in the, why would she do that? Because you touched my water. Here she was trying to be cute and just want to talk to me. You know, sometimes people know you don't like them, you don't fuck with them. So they need to be validated. Even if they don't like you, they need to be validated by the chosen one. So they'll find ways to interact with you and talk to you. This is crazy. This happens a lot at my job because I'll stonewall you. Good morning. I go to my section, do my work for the day. I'm going on break. Quiet. Come back, do my work. Good night, and clock out. They don't like that because they need conversation. They need people. You don't. And a lot of reason why chosen ones are like this is because, like I said, we were forced into, I don't want to call it loneliness, but you're used to it. You're used to being ridiculed. You're used to being the black sheep. You're used to being forced being alone. You're used to this. It's not that you didn't want to be friends with people. It's not that you didn't want to be with the crowd, but they didn't want you there. So when you go to work or you at church or you wherever, you like, okay, I'm used to being by myself. I'm used to people not liking me. This is easy. You know, it do get annoying. It's draining. It gets sad sometimes. You know, some days it's just like, all right, because it pulls on your energy when people don't like you, when people's talking about you and plotting on you and thinking negative on you. You know, it's a spiritually taxing on your spirit. Paradigm says, yeah, I'm used to this. It's ecstasy. Oh, yeah, some people are used to it. Oh, thank you, India. She said, you are royalty. You literally look and move like royalty. I do. I now see it. I now see it. And I mean that in the most humble way. But you know, when people be like, "Oh, I bet you wish you want to go back to your 20s." Hell no. I do not want to go back to my 20s. I look better now at 40 than I did in my 20s. I wouldn't even want to show y'all a picture on my 21st birthday. I was busted. I was one of those girls who grew into her beauty as she got older. Some people look better when they were younger, and then there's some people who just keep getting finer and just more spiritually brighter as they get older. That's me. That's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's internal. I'm not talking about I think I'm physically all that. I feel like my inner beauty shines outward, and that's what makes me beautiful. Basically, I'm not ugly, but I feel like it's my eternal beauty. You cannot beat internal beauty. You can't purchase it. You can purchase anything on the outside of you, but you cannot purchase internal beauty. This is why you can see someone who's not considered beauty standards, and you'd be like, damn, why they just so beautiful, they so fine. It's because you're seeing their spiritual light shining outward, you know. Nobody can call me ugly. I don't care. I know I'm beautiful. I don't care. I don't need nobody's validation. So another reason why they fear you. Oh, this is something that's been happening a lot to me. I don't know if this happens to all chosen ones or if this happens to chosen ones who are tapped into their spiritual gifts. So guys, there's something supernatural about chosen ones, right? Or about healers or people who can channel, right? So this happens often and you might not know. So you ever been around somebody and suddenly they just stop talking to you, they disappear on you, they get agitated with you, and you trying to figure out, what did I say? What did I do? I don't understand. Like, y'all was cool, and then all of a sudden they did like a total 180 on your ass. Like, y'all was vibing, maybe y'all was dating, maybe y'all was sexing, maybe y'all was getting to know each other, maybe y'all was besties, and then all of a sudden it's like they went from like sunlight to darkness. So let me tell you something. God uses you as a vessel to expose them, but you don't know this, right? So let me give you an example. One time I was friends with this chick, right? Oh no, actually this recently happened. So sometimes you would get a spiritual download to talk about something, right? So God uses me through my content, right? So some days I wake up and God be like, talk about this topic. And I'm like, why would I talk about that? And I'll go make a video, and the next thing you know, somebody's texting me or calling me, is this video about me? Why are you talking about me? Is this video about me? Are you talking about me? I feel like this video is about me. And I'm going, huh? What are you talking about? This video is about XYZ. Did you do this? I didn't know you did this. And they're going, well, I just feel you're talking about me. How would I know that? So it's almost like you're used as like a vessel to expose the people in your life. You're there to trigger them. So many times I made videos, I had no idea that my friends did these things. And then they're calling my phone or they're texting me and they're saying that I triggered them, or I'm judgmental, or I think I'm all that, or, oh, I know you found out about my business and you're talking about me. I had no idea you had 10 abortions, girl. What are you talking about? I had no idea you out there sleeping with people's man. I had no idea you was a scammer. How would I know that? So this is something that I noticed. Actually, yesterday this happened to me. One of my ex-lovers and I, we're thinking of rekindling, but we're like developing a friendship because we had more of a sexual relationship years ago, right? And we never really got to know each other outside of sex, pretty much. So we talk a lot. And something just said, ask him about cancers. And uh, so I said, oh, what's your view on cancers? Because he's like an astrology, he loves astrology. So I said, what's your view on cancers? He goes, why you ask me that? Did someone talk to you, or like, what's going on? Like, why you ask me that? And I'm like, I just want your view. Like, you're a Scorpio and they're a water sign, you're a water sign. Like, what's up? Oh, okay. Next thing I know, he's like, oh, kind of like threw me off there because my ex is a Cancer. How would I know that? I don't know. How would I know that? Yeah, the last 3 women I was with were all Cancers. That was really weird how you said that. So it's like, chosen ones, you're going to be channeling messages. And then next thing you know, he talking about the ex. He talking about his mother. It's like, and it just made him just start talking and releasing. And I said, okay, God, okay, all right, I see what you did there. So this happens a lot where you channel and you're going to be saying things. You're innocent in this. You don't. It's kind of messed up, but God is using you as a vessel to trigger people, right? And it also gives you a chance to know who is who. Because a lot of these friends be talking shit about you. A lot of these friends, they're not who you think they are, right? And God is like, I'm going to get them. Whispers in your ear or whispers in your conscious and tells you, talk about this. Mention this randomly and see how they act. Next thing you know, your friend's sitting there all nervous, looking around, and oh my God, how does the chosen one know this? Oh my goodness, how they know this? I don't be knowing. But they think you know because you have the information. So this is something that happens. So this explains why everything be gravy and then they just disappear in your ass. You like, what happened? What did I say? What did I do? So chosen one's mouth will get you in trouble. But keep talking, because it exposes people to themselves and exposes these people to you. And like yesterday, it made this guy want to talk. It made him open up, and I've been wanting him to open up to me. So God answered my prayer. I just didn't know that it was going to come out in that way. Next thing you know, he's talking about his mom and it's information that I needed about him, so this is something that's cool. So this is why they fear you, because they're going, how do they know this information? How were they spying on me? Who have they been talking to? Oh my gosh, did they hire someone to spy on me? Like, what's going on? How does she know this? How does he know this? You spiritually scare the shit out of them. I scare people all the time. People be looking at me like, with this guilty look, like, wait, what? This is weird. Why is she mentioning this? And I'm going, you okay? And they're like, uh-huh. And then sometime later on, they come and they confess certain things to me. So a lot of people too nowadays, they're going to be confessing things to you. You're not really going to have to say trigger words. People are going to be confessing. I don't know what's going on with the energy right now, but people will be confessing things to you. Hey, Trey. India said, yes, they can't walk alone. This coworker at my job was bawling her eyes out. I said, what's wrong? She said, my boyfriend has to travel for work. He's going to be gone for 3 days. Oh my God. Could you imagine? I don't ever want to experience that. Like, I can't picture like me missing somebody for like 3 days. I don't want to ever experience that. No, thank you. She said she's never been separated from him. Oh, that's disturbing. I hugged her and laughed and sighed. Poor baby. Paradigm says, yeah, I'm used to this. It's ecstasy. Oh, I read that already. Tim says, I keep to myself because it's easy to discern people's energy. towards me, and their character always gets exposed. Sorry, it's a fire truck or ambulance coming down the road. Gets exposed. They expect me not to know how to adjust, so people end up confused. India says, I looked a hot mess when I was younger too. It's like I'm reversing. I look younger now than I did back then. Exactly. It's such a blessing. And when I think about it, I'm like, I'm kind of glad I was busted back in the day. I like that I'm just getting, I'm learning fashion and my own beauty, and I'm still aging well. I just think that that's a huge blessing. And after seeing like people I grew up with last month at that funeral, I was like, whoa, yeah. Now here's what's funny. When you've always been fat and people see me now, all the skinny people are fat now. I'm sorry. This is hilarious. It's like all the people I grew up with who were skinny, majority of them fat now. But it's like I'm like the same size. So that's just funny to me. Anyway, I don't know why people let themselves go as they get older. I don't know why they let themselves go. And here I am, the big one, trying to lose weight and trying to, get more fit. And then they're naturally skinny, and now they just let themselves go. Hilarious. Paradigm says, I keep to myself because I sense people's demon. This world in the split got me effed up. It's so true. It's real. Don't forget to click a like on the chat for me, guys, or when I get out the video. I'm going to get off in probably about 15 minutes. I never do anything over 2 hours. Oh my goodness. But I just feel like that is just so freaking powerful, how God uses us as like this psychic and this vessel. So another reason why they fear you as a chosen one is because you don't follow the crowd, right? I think it's because chosen ones are not used to following the crowd. You go against the grain. You're not afraid to stand up for yourself. Now this takes time. Let me back that up. This takes time for chosen ones to start standing up for themselves, but you want to tell the truth. Even from a child, you wanted to tell the truth. You stood for justice. And people don't like this, right? If all of us is going to be drinking, we want you to drink with us. If all of us is going to be stealing, we want you to steal with us. Chosen one's going to be like, nah, like, y'all good. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I'm not going to do that. They don't like that. They need you to be a follower. They need you to be a part of the gang. If we all doing something grimy, we need you to do something grimy with a chosen one. And this is why they fear you, because they're like, damn, the chosen one might be the snitch. The chosen one might be the whistleblower. The chosen one might mess up my operation. So they fear you because people actually do believe chosen ones. Y'all think maybe your family don't believe you, but more strangers believe you. Your energy is believable. You have a leadership energy. You think you don't, but you do. You seem believable. So they know that if the chosen one speaks, people are going to listen. They don't like this. This happened to me last month where, they wanted me to do something. And then they said to me in the office, when they pulled me in the office for a meeting, they were like, oh, we don't need you to be talking because we feel like you're going to influence other coworkers. And I'm like, what? Like, are you kidding me? So they think that chosen ones have a strong influence. Now we do. They think that everyone is following the chosen one. They're listening to you. You have this huge influence, and you're going to influence good or you're going to influence bad. So they fear you because they don't have that kind of influence, basically. They feel like you're going to awaken that mind, which you end up doing, You'll awaken their mind at the workplace. You'll awaken their mind in the church. You'll awaken their mind in the community. They don't like that. That's why a lot of chosen ones have popped up dead. A lot of famous chosen ones have been killed because that one chosen one had such a huge impact on thousands, even millions of people. So that's why they fear you. Like in the movie with Malcolm X, when they went to go to the prison to get the men and women that they arrested wrongfully, and Malcolm X just put his one hand up, and they just stood in line, and they had all those beautiful black men standing outside that it wasn't the prison, it was a police station. And that police officer said, no man should have all that power. That's how they view you. You got that power. That one man can call an army. That one woman can call an army with a snap of a finger. Okay, so that's how they view you. That's how they view me. You know, you may not be on that level yet. Some chosen ones aren't on that level of power yet, but I'm on that level of power where anytime I'm in the workplace, they scared of me. They're like, we gotta silence her. Like, she's too powerful. These people look up to her. They see how people talk to me, and they see how people talk to them. You know, so they fear you because you can change your whole demonic operation. Unknown Billionaire says, I just met a girl. She pretty much told me her life story and then ghosted me. Oh my God. Yeah, she was just trying to use you for your energy. Oh yeah, they do that too. They'll make friends with the chosen one, and they just dump on you. They just take your light, they dump on you, and they just move on. That happens too. India says, you get tired after a while. People always run over the chosen ones. They falsely blame us, and they exaggerate everything that we do. I got beyond fed up. I use the voice that God gave me. We don't sugarcoat anything. We keep it raw. It's true. Yep. It don't even feel right, you know, and I think that's why I've been practicing a lot of silence. God had to help me. You know, God did shut me up a lot because I don't have to address everything. So chosen ones, you see right and wrong, but you don't have to address everything. Everything is not your fight. Even in public, I'll see certain things and I'll be like, girl, mind your business. You always trying to help somebody, look out for somebody. You know, lately, you know, sometimes chosen ones, you got to be silent. You know, let people figure things out themselves. You know, sometimes I sit back and like, I'm going to just let that person figure it out. Let's see if they'll be able to figure out for themselves. Paradigm said, yup, strangers support me more than the family. Yup. Yup. Yes, I have been loved and supported through the years more by strangers, people on YouTube, people on TikTok, people I've met at different schools I went to, different jobs, you know, different churches I went to. I've been loved and supported more by strangers. Your family usually is not going to support you, chosen one, because they really think that by not supporting you, they're going to stop your operation. I actually have a quote for that. I'm going to post that quote. I found a good quote that's about that. They don't stop your operation. Okay. What else? Why they fear chosen ones. Uh they also fear you because your views are completely different, right? They never met anybody like you. People fear the unknown. So they fear like your political views, your views on religion, your views on on relationships, your views on friendship is very different. I always get, what? What are you talking about? Huh? You're weird. And We have completely different views from our family and friends, and this they're scared of this. You got to understand that some of your family they've been having certain traditions for years. So a chosen one might be the first one who gonna marry outside their race. A chosen one might be the first one to leave the religion of their family. A chosen one could be the first to not vote. I'm not with this bullshit. Not take over the family business and create their own business. Um, these political views and these religious views, the chosen one changes the path of the bloodline, and this scares your family. They do not like this. We've been doing this for centuries. What you mean you don't want to get married to an Indian girl? What are you talking about? What you mean you're not going to marry a white man? They don't like this. What do you mean you're not going to college? You came here to change the path in your family, and they don't like this. This scares the crap out of them. All your other siblings are following behind what your parents said. Oh yeah, you exposed the narcissistic family system too. They scared of you. They gonna lose their whole operation effing with the chosen one. What? They can't stand your ass because you came on a planet to shake shit up. So they fear you. They fear you spiritually. They're afraid to lose the illusion that they put up. They're afraid to lose the demonic operation. That's why they're scared of the chosen one. Tim says, I always say demons can't read your mind. So when people are upset that we're silent, that's a good indicator of monitoring spirits. Yeah, they got to know what you're thinking, what you're doing at all times. They don't like that. Also, because they're always plotting on people, they think that you're plotting too. This is another way too to tell that how this is another way you could realize that somebody been talking about you, or somebody feels some kind of way about you, because out of nowhere they'll be like, you talking about me, or what you mean by that, or they'll always point something out, and it's like, why would you think that? Oh, because you really don't like me, because you're really talking about me. They'll always tell on themselves. I'm telling you, pay attention to it. People always telling themselves. They expose themselves. It's not even like hard to pick up. These people stay telling on themselves. It's crazy. You ever been talking and speaking pure English and people can't understand a word that you said? Yes, yes. That happens too. But to me, they be trying to belittle me. They're trying to diminish what I'm talking about. Yeah, narcissists do that a lot. I have a coworker who's like that, and I'm sharp with it. I'm sharp with it. So sometimes she don't even want to fuck with me like that because I come back at her quick. Yeah, that's to belittle you. They do that to be. They heard what the hell you said. They just trying to diminish you. Mm-hmm. Tim said they only see the illusion and never the reality. We see the opposite. Exactly. When they call others a clown, they are the clown. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But that's something I notice. Pay attention to that, guys. People will tell you how they truly feel about you. And it's crazy because you know what? I don't hang around people I don't like. I don't do that. I don't hang around people I don't like. I might have kept friends where I was like, damn, they betrayed me, they hurt me, but I still love them and I still like them. People literally do not like you as a chosen one, and they will befriend you. And they only befriend you to keep tabs on you. They only befriend you to watch you. They only befriend you to take notes. They only befriend you to sabotage you. to know what your next move is. That's it. They don't like you. They don't like you. They feel you're better than them and they don't like you. That's why they befriended you. It's just, it's scary. It's very scary. Be careful. You have to be careful. Some people see, and it's not always a demonic thing too. Some people, you have qualities that they don't have. So they're like, let me watch them and see how are they able to navigate through this. And a lot of times they watch you, but they can't emulate it. They still can't figure it out because they only see the end result. They didn't see you when you were crying. They didn't see you when you were going through things. They didn't see you when you were studying psychology books, when you were going to therapy, when you were doing your shadow work and your healing work. They didn't see those portions. They just know that you have qualities that they don't have, and that's why they're watching you. Be very careful when people are so eager to be your friend, so eager to date you without putting in effort to really get to know you. Make people go through, watch people for at least 6 months before you say, that's my friend. Watch people. That's really my advice, because everybody's not coming to you to be genuine, And this is why it's very easy for me to detach, is because I'm always watching you. I can love you and walk away. I can like you. I can think you have certain qualities and detach from you because my peace is more important than friendship. My peace and self-love is more important than some penis. So I can walk away from you. A lot of people can't do this. They need a body there, But give people 6 months. I'm telling you, those demons and those personality issues are usually revealed in 6 months. A year is, I'll say if the person is long distant, watch them for a good year. But if they're close to you in the city, you hang out with them, I'll say in 6 months that person will be revealed. Now people are being revealed way faster. If you're good at, if you have good spiritual discernment, you'll be able to pick up somebody's ways in, I'll give you 3 weeks. Sometimes I pick up people's ways in one conversation, especially men that try to get with me. We laugh, we could talk for hours. I ain't never picking up that man call again. Because you got to ask key questions, see how they react to you, and when you are expressing yourself, how they react to how you're expressed. Do they seem, when you're expressing yourself and how you are and what you like and how you move in life, how are they responding to you? Always pay attention to that. People always tell on themselves. I don't care. I don't even care if you have a PhD. You will tell on yourself, because humans are not as complicated as you think they are. The average human tells on themselves. They either speak it or it's in their body language. I've been doing this for years. I even know how to read the room. I could just walk in a room and I start looking at people's faces, how they talk, the pattern, the volume of their voice when they're happy, the volume of their voice when they're sad, the way they respond to me, the way they look at me in my eye. I'm paying attention to all this shit. You got to watch body language. Trey says, my yoga instructor was quickly trying to latch on to me. I wasn't ready, so I declined invites. Now that I've known her for 3 years, I feel it's safe to be closer. Now she's being distant. Ooh, yikes. You might have pushed her away. That happens too. Sometimes when you don't give people what they want, they get nasty. This happens a lot to me too. People get nasty with me. Their ego is so hurt that I didn't let them become my bestie or my man. Now I'm a bitch. Really? So I'm a bitch because I wouldn't let you have access to my energy? You don't own my fucking energy. Who are you? I wasn't mean to you. I didn't mistreat you. So that happens, Trey. Sometimes when you don't immediately give people access to your energy, their ego is hurt. Their ego is hurt. So they're gonna cut you off. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying? 3 years is a long time too. So people will walk away. I can't tell you what you think your pace is, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be, consequences, so to say, for that. Some people may feel that that's too long. Some people might feel that's too long. I say a year, 6 months to a year. It usually takes me about a year to love someone. It does. Like, speaking friendship wise, it normally takes me about a year to love a friend. It can even take longer if I didn't experience certain things with that person. Like, we could be cool, but I'm not telling you all my deep dark secrets. I'm a Scorpio moon, so we don't do that. It takes me a while to feel close to them. I will hang out with them. I will pray for them. I will love on them, but it don't mean that you're like in my heart. You know what I'm saying? People be trying to get in your heart, and it's not a defense mechanism. It's just that I feel like people should gradually earn their right in your life. I don't know if that's right to say. I just think that people should. Sorry, there's some street racers out there. I just think that people should, not like I'm making them work for it. It's just that, why am I going to call you a friend just because we talk on the phone? Huh? We ain't been through nothing. I ain't never seen you angry. You never did nothing for me. I never did nothing for you. So why would I call you a friend? I'm so confused. What? But that's just me. Scorpio moons are hard to crack. Yeah, we are. I'm a Leo sun, but I'm a Scorpio moon. And that's the thing about it, because my Leo sun, it seems like, hey, how you doing? I love you, and this and that. I'm so bubbly and bright. And then it's just like, oh no, my Scorpio moon going like, we ain't close like that. Like, what you did for me to make me feel like we close like that? It takes me a while to feel close to somebody. I can love you and still detach from you. I know where to place you, pretty much. But it don't take me no 3 years. I do feel awkward when people are like, oh my gosh, we're so close, or I love you. And I'm just like, okay, thank you. But people want you to feed their ego. Why would you want me to tell you I love you if I don't? Why would you want me to tell you I feel close to you when I really don't feel close to you? This is why I think I get along with Scorpio suns, because they get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I tell a man I love you, he don't have to say it back to me. I'm going to know if he loves me or not by the way he moves. You know what I'm saying? I remember my ex Virgo, he said, I love you first. And I was like, no, he was manipulative with it. One day we were having a picnic during the pandemic, and he was like, you love me. I said, no, I don't. He was like, you love me. I said, you can just say that you love me. I don't have to say it back to you, but I don't love you yet. But when I do love you, I will say it back to you. He was like, no, I'm telling you, it's your actions. You love me. And I'm like, I don't love you, boy. I'm like, why would you want a woman to say I love you when I don't? I don't love you. And I think we knew each other for this was month 2. I'm like, why would I love you in month 2? Because you spending money on me? No, I don't love you. Oh my gosh, so don't be telling people you love them when you really don't. Don't be telling people y'all close when y'all really not close. Don't lie to people, because You're feeding their ego. They need their ego to be cracked. If you love somebody, tell them you love them, because that's how you feel. People don't have to feel on the same level at the same time. What the hell? That don't even make any sense. Wait until they feel that way about you. Wait until they want to do these things for you. Stop forcing relationships and friendships with people. Why would you do that? That should be making me so uncomfortable when people be telling me how they feel about me, and I'm just like, oh no. They be feeling about me on notch 20. I'm still on notch 2. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is uncomfortable. You know, when you kind of like maneuver through their ego. But that's what comes with the territory. If you are not a person that gets attached fast, sometimes you will lose good people in the process. And that's something that I've I've learned to accept. You know what I'm saying? I even had that conversation with the Scorpio sun dude. He was just like, gosh, in every relationship, you know, he was dating cancers. I'm like, dude, you really want to date cancers? They are kind of needy emotionally. Why would you date a cancer if you don't even like to say I love you? That doesn't make any sense. You did it to yourself, you know, and you end up getting in these relationships feeling deprived, you know. I feel like lovey-dovey people should be with lovey-dovey people, but they say it's better for opposites to be with each other. Maybe because they can learn from each other. That's possible. But I enjoy loving a man sometimes that's a little bit detached like I am. I want him to have a life. I want him to love himself. And I don't want to have to babysit him. I don't want a codependent man. There you go. There you go. I don't want an emotionally codependent man. Alicia said, a girl recently asked me to be in her wedding, and I didn't even think we were friends. Woo! Girl. So did you say yes? You said no? She might not have no friend. You see, it's weird stuff like that that blows my mind. I be like, how do we even end up here? Wait a minute now. And the last female friend I had that I had cut off when I cut her off in 2023, I think I cut her off. She used to get angry. Yo, these people get aggressive. These people get angry and aggressive with you when they can't have you the way they want you. And she used to be like, oh, I see that you post your other friends. You don't post me. Oh, I see that you went out with her there, but you don't take me there. And I'm like, I don't take you there because you don't know how to dress. You burp and fart in public. You don't like nice things. You're cheap. You'd rather go to Applebee's in a 5-star restaurant. So why would I take you to those places? You have your own big sister. You have your own mom. You have your own best friend. But you worried about me and my other female friends. Why? We're not close like that. All we do is go out to eat, maybe go shopping together. Why do you think that we're best friends? Because we go eat and we go shopping together, but I don't even tell you my business. You don't even know what's going on in my life. Hello? But this is the thing. People have such low self-esteem, they don't even have standards in friendships. If I don't feel a soul connection to you, we're not friends like that. No, not on the level that you think. Absolutely not. Hell no, we're not friends like that. Don't forget to donate, guys. I'm putting my donation thing in here one more time. The only person who donated, I think, was India. I'm going to check my account though, my email right now. I want to do something this weekend for Mother's Day weekend by myself. Thank you for the compliment. Is anybody into sushi? I don't know what's going on with me, but I like sushi. I like cooked sushi. I don't like raw sushi, but I love cooked fish sushi. It's so good. And I think it's because it's light. It's not like very heavy. I don't know what is going on with me, but I really love it. When I was in Mexico, I had some very good sushi that had plantain around. It was called Panama roll, and it had shrimp, avocado, it had the rice, it had some other vegetable, and then it had like warm plantain wrapped around it. Oh my gosh, guys, it was so good. I'm such a sushi girl now. India says, I hate it when they try to tell us how we feel. Exactly. They will tell you you're tired when you aren't. Oh, you a Scorpio moon? Oh, your Scorpio moon friend. Unknown billionaire says, my Scorpio moon friend does that to me all the time, but I don't care. Like, yo, if a Scorpio moon loves you, yo, you better hold on to that love, man. I'm telling you, because it's very hard for Scorpio moons to just love you like that. We love you to the core. If a Scorpio sun loves you, you better hold on to them because it is very difficult for to get past their wall in order to love. There's something special about you. Alicia, she said yes. Poor thing doesn't have any friends. Oh, God is going to bless you for being in that wedding, but don't be spending a whole bunch of money, okay? Because some people will use you financially. Let her know, like, sorry, I'm on a budget, all right? I'm on a budget. I have a wedding story that I want to tell, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna tell it. I think I'm gonna make another channel, like a story time channel, and I'm gonna tell that story on there. But I have some crazy wedding stories about friends who were getting married. Yes, fried sushi. Yes, it's so good. Remember when you said that the more spiritual you become, the more natural you get? Yes. From what you eat to even the hairstyle you chose to mostly wear. Yep, it's true. I'm starting to like things I've never liked as well. Yes, it's so interesting. Um, you do end up liking more natural things. You start trying things that you would never, you would never would have tried before. It's interesting. And in your body like rejects the things that you used to like. Even the like right now I'm going through like the products that I used to use, my body is rejecting it. So now like I change my soap, I change my lotion, you know, I even have to change my makeup. Like I'm starting to get like itchy eyes and weird things are happening to me now. So a lot of things I've had to change. So your body gets detoxed, and also in America, these chemicals in food are horrible. That could be it too. But you're just more attracted. I'm not gluttonous before like I used to be too. Where like when I go out to eat, I don't order like an appetizer, an entree, 3 drinks, and a dessert. No, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I did go to eat last week with my friend. I ended up having sushi as my appetizer, and I couldn't even finish my entree. I ate my entree like the next day for lunch. I had sushi and I had 1 drink. So it's things like that. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, if it's nice. So for Mother's Day, because I'm off on Sunday, I think there's this area called Roosevelt Island. It used to be me and my mom's secret place. And I always bring like my friends or like a special someone to Roosevelt Island. And I used to be where we used to go in the summertime together. So if it's nice on Sunday or Saturday night, I'm gonna go to Roosevelt Island and sit near the water, and I want to go get some sushi. That's what I want to do. Yeah, that would be nice. I'll and maybe I'll find something with like a butterfly, and I'll put it near my mom's photo or something like that in my room. I'll do that to honor her, but I'll go to like her special place, and maybe I'll throw like a red rose in the water because red roses were her favorite flower. That would be nice, right? Yeah, I think that would be good. You only ate once today, but you slim, India. I need to be eating once. I didn't eat too much today. I am hungry now though. I had breakfast. I had an early shift, so I had breakfast. I eat like those breakfast bowls from Jimmy Dean. It's like turkey sausage, egg, and like potato. Um, and I feel like it's portions, so I ate that for breakfast, and then for dinner, I had a burrito from Taco Bell. That was it. Now I'm hungry, so I need to find a snack when I get off of here. But yeah, I know I had weight loss surgery 2 years ago. I haven't gained any weight back. I had gained 10 pounds back, but then I lost it. So I still have maintained the 85 pounds off, but now I'm like, I want to lose 50 more pounds, so I have to like go talk to my doctor and my nutritionist to see like what would be the plan for me to like lose 50 more pounds. That's my goal. I'm giving myself like a year. I'm giving myself a year to lose 50 pounds. Let's see what happens. Because I definitely didn't do it, in the last couple of months as I thought I was. But I'm proud that I didn't gain the weight back after the surgery, because I know some people who had the surgery and they gained all the weight back within a year. I had a friend she lost like 120 pounds and she gained it back the following year after her surgery. And I was like, girl, are you crazy? Like, what? Oh my gosh, she was so tiny. She was like 100 and she got down to like 160 pounds, and then she gained 100 pounds back. That's like my fear. That's like my fear. There is a gym opening up, a Planet Fitness opening up, uh, probably like 10 blocks from my house. I'm thinking of joining that gym if I can afford it. I don't know how much it's going to cost. We'll see. Even if I just join for 3 months or 6 months, I think that would be good for me. Or I could buy a bike. I love bike riding. I could buy a bike. I could buy, something to help me, basically. My friend, the Scorpio, he's a personal trainer. He can give me some tips and stuff like that in the gym. He can help me out as well. Thank you. The the only That's true. Juicing and walking more. That is very true. I gotta get on my juicing. I do. But I will say this. I've gained water weight like in my belly because I have PCOS. So my stomach is bigger than it was 2 years ago, but the rest of my body is the same. That's the only thing. But I did find some herbs that would help with bloating and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna detox as well. I might need to do like a 2-week fast to reset my body, like with fruits and vegetables only. But that's the only issue that I feel I have is like my belly area because of the PCOS. PCOS is like a hormonal disorder, so it'll make women bloat in their belly area. So that's like the only thing that is annoying to me, because my stomach was getting flat, and then all of a sudden now I'm like, what is this? It's so annoying. But thank you for the compliments. Hey, I'm getting out of here soon, but thank you for joining from Kenya. Thank you, India. You always show me love. I really appreciate you. Thanks, Trey. Yeah, I was thinking that's what I'll do. You know, I really don't want to do too much, but I feel like I should do something to celebrate my mother, you know. Um, and y'all too, please do something. If you had a mom that passed away and y'all had a great relationship, you know, you could do something. Maybe go to her grave if you can handle it. Eat her favorite food, you know, write her a letter, play her favorite artist, light a white candle for her, you know, let her know, you know, lay out some libations for her, you know. If you have an altar, freshen up your altar for your mother. Um, or your grandmother. Some of you have amazing grandmothers. It's not just your mom, but any mother figure, you know. Just remember them. Don't get caught up in the third dimension holiday, because it can make you feel really sad and really depressed, you know. Remember the good memories. Take the photos that you have and, you know, take them to a printing shop, you know, and get them um printed out nice and blow them up, put them in a frame, do something, you know. This is the things you got to do to soothe your soul in these processes of missing these mothers. You know, if you have children, go spend a day with your children. You're blessed that you have children. I can't wait to be a mom. I'm going to start speaking it into existence. I can't wait to be a mother. I can't wait to love my future child the way my mother loved me, you know? So, those of you who can still have children or you want to have children, I hope that you'll get that blessing, you'll get that wish. Okay, guys, I have been on live for 2 hours and 26 minutes over the time I normally stay on. Thank you for talking to me. Y'all probably will not see me this weekend. I'll be back probably next week sometime, because emotionally, I don't think I'll be able to come on live over the Mother Day weekend. I love you. Thank you. Don't forget to donate. All that information will be in the comment section and in the description bar. Don't forget to book your phone sessions. I do phone sessions. So if you need an empathetic listener, or you need someone to talk to about spirituality, chosen one journey, narcissists, zodiacs, anything, relationships, you can book me. It's $20 for 30 minutes and $40 for 1 hour. You are to email me. Don't DM me on my Instagram, my personal Instagram. Don't message me on TikTok. Just email me at neoangie3000@yahoo.com. Have an amazing weekend. All right. I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you for being there for me. And I'll talk to you soon. Sending you good energy, True Trey. Love you guys. Bye.